Hey dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to get into some very cute things going on with Jimin. It was a romantic lover moment on their TV show. I definitely wanted to get into this because it's the most adorable thing ever. I want to see more cute moments like this. I also want to get into allegedly or apparently Jimin having a tattoo in a private part. There was this photo circulating and people believe it. We will get into it and talk about it. So grab your dumpling tea spilling mug merch and let's get into the tea. If you're new here and you're interested in this type of stuff, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified anytime a new video drops. And if you're a hater, like to be the first to leave your hate comment, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell also so you can be the first to do so. Now let's jump into it. The first thing I want to jump into is this apparent romantic moment. So first off, this moment was brought to us by an amazing reality TV show, Run BTS. This episode just came out and I believe it comes out every week for me on Tuesdays. This is every week they're not doing their comeback phase. I believe during their comeback phase they don't do any episodes like this. But during this episode, instead of us seeing our normal boys play normal board games or anything like that, our BTS boys got wet, like super soaked. The producer said BTS needs a shower and poured it on them. I felt a little bad, but it seemed like they were all having fun, which is the most important part. I personally believe they created this show since they don't like being on variety shows, since variety shows treat them badly. So hopefully their own show doesn't treat them poorly, and they get to enjoy the games they play. In this episode, it was Run BTS episode 131. They were playing a game by the pool, and correct me if I'm wrong, because sometimes subs are weird, and I have to piece together what it means. But each member wrote something on their hand, like a forbidden word, and if someone says that word, everyone gets soaked. BTS had a debate on soggy cereal, and whether it was better to eat it crunchy or soggy. Of course, it's better to eat it crunchy, I think. But even before that scene in that game, they were playing a bit of a different game where they were standing on a board and they had to push each other off the board. This was hilarious to watch. I loved it so much. I have awful balance. They could just gently blow me and I would fall into the pool. But one scene in particular ended up trending all over the tweetster and made armies go nuts. Was a scene known as the Titanic scene. And it made armies feel all warm inside and made us giggly like schoolgirls. You know you did, don't be lying. It was Jimin and Jungkook's turn to push each other off the board and into the water. Jimin stood on this board in the swimming pool, and Jungkook came up behind him and pretended to be the iconic scene in Titanic, and the other members started humming and singing to the Celine Dion My Heart Will Go On. It was very romantico. First of all, the fact that two people could stand on that board, Jimin and Jungkook could stand on it, showing that in Titanic, Jack and Rose could definitely both fit on that bed frame. And Jack didn't have to go ahead and die without consent. So rude. But this game with the Jimin and Jungkook ended with Jimin pushing Jungkook into the water. I think Jimin cheated because I don't think you're allowed to push someone's chest. You naughty boy Jimin. My lord. There was this other moment that was involving Jimin and kind of romantic. So before battling Jungkook, Jimin was battling Suga. They were one of the first and actually really nervous. And Suga basically ended up constantly hugging Jimin. So cute. Get you someone who you know you're supposed to compete with, but you just keep hugging each other instead. I'm a hugger, not a fighter. I will hug my murderers because they probably need that. If you were hugged as a child, you'd probably have serotonin and endorphins. And endorphins don't make you murderers. It was very cute and I love seeing that romantic cute moment, but like romantic in a platonic way, unless otherwise stated. I love that we're all getting these cute moments lately. There's been a lot of Jikook recently. There's been a lot of Taejin or Yoonmin moments. And I think the BTS shippers are super excited about this. Jikook even trended on the tweetster, as you can imagine. And a lot of people were talking about it. I definitely wanted to see what some people were saying about this over on the tweetster. One person said, "My dad suddenly come to me when I'm looking at Jikook Titanic. Help? You have nothing to hide. Flaunt it with pride." Ooh, that rhymed. Show your dad. Be like, this is what I watch and I'm proud of it. I will be screenshotting that Titanic moment and I will be hanging it up on my bedroom. I will have it framed and I will just be reminded that this existed and just be happy for the rest of the day. Imagine being happy for a whole day. You can do that with this cute moment. Jimin was thoroughly enjoying it. He was sending kisses. This was his moment to be Rose, to fulfill his dream of pretending to be on the Titanic. We will never get a moment like that, us normies. Other people on the tweetster were excited. Since Jimin had already gone with Suga, they both ended up getting wet. Jimin was already soaked. So some people were excited to see the muscle and abs, possibly since they were all wearing white shirts. Side note, I love how Cookie's wearing so many layers because they may not want to show tattoos, but we can fully see through Jimin's shirt when wet. One person on Twitter even said this before the episode dropped. I swear I didn't think anything weird. I mean, they can get drenched and their shirts can be wet and we can see their drenched abs. I mean, many more things can happen, right? Yes, I'm preparing my eyes for tomorrow's Run BTS. Well, you got your wish. we did see a beautiful Jimin and him wet. However, Big Hit editors did censor something that I wasn't expecting, and I don't know if anyone was. But during the Titanic scene, they put stickers over Jimin's nipples, or where Jimin's nipples would be. I never understood censoring nipples. Everyone has one. They literally look the same. But there's a few reasons why people believe they would do that. One, since BTS usually aren't allowed to be shirtless, they want to cover up any sign of being shirtless, which is what I think. However, this other theory came about that Jimin had a nipple piercing. First of all, it's getting hot here. I think this is something you'd find on the Wattpadster. There was this photo going around not too long ago. I don't know if this was from an interview or whatever it was, or even if it was photoshopped. So take it with a grain of salt. So we take the tattoo there that we believe is Jimin's, and right on the nipple, it looks like there's two metal balls there, which would be one of those bar nipple piercings. So there are definitely people who think the censoring was for the piercing, and Big Hit wanted to cover that up. However, I think Big Hit covers up nipples regardless. I think it's just something they don't want to show. But insane to think about, if it might be true, would he be the first K-pop idol to get a nipple piercing? I definitely saw some people on the Tweetster with thoughts about this. One person wrote, someone said that the reason Big Hit only censored Jimin's nipples was because he has a nipple piercing. For my sanity, I believe it's not true. For the entire ARMY fandom, I hope this is not true. I think we would all physically pass out and never wake up. We'd all slip into a coma. I can't handle Jimin piercings. I think my mind would just not comprehend. And every time Jimin's name gets brought up, I will get flustered and die, but then get re-brought back to life because I want to be alive to enjoy Jimin's nipple piercing. But as I said, we don't know if this is true, and I think it's fun to think about, but I don't think he has one. I think it's kind of easy to Photoshop it. If someone has the official video, please let me know, and we can all take a look and make a decision. If he ever comes out and confirms it, I think the internet would crash. So probably best he doesn't address it or ever talk about it. I know tattoos are a sensitive subject in Korea, but what about body piercings? I imagine it's the same type of stigma. People tend to hate it. I think the only acceptable place is probably the ears, and then the other places you probably get weird looks. And I guess if you're an idol, it's much worse. However, the fact that Jimin didn't think, let me layer up so Big Hit doesn't have to censor my nipples for whatever reason, piercing or not, shows that Jimin and the other members are probably getting more and more comfortable just showing their normal body and body parts he has. As an idol, you're shamed for having body parts that everyone has. You're supposed to just cut them off, I guess. It's like once you become an idol, people expect you to just give your life up, and now you belong to the public. It's not right. And I think we need to normalize piercings and tattoos in Korea. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it down in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm featuring this comment right here. Thank you so much for leaving comments. As always, I do have a Patreon if you want to go over there and check stuff out. I have a lot of videos over there that I can't really post on here. This is due to copyright or getting taken down over there, so I do keep it over there on my Patreon. You can get reaction videos like music video reactions, performance reactions, ship reactions. You can also recommend things if you'd like to see over there. Link is in the top description down below. Also, anything you contribute over there gives back to this channel. I have a video over there explaining that, which is free to watch. With that said, there's two videos that will appear up on the screen at the end of this video, so click on one of those and I'll see you over there. Bye.